Hello and welcome to today's video on 18 cancer-causing foods to avoid. Before we dive in, it's important to note that while certain foods have been linked to increased cancer risk, diet is just one of many factors that can influence cancer development. No single food causes or prevents cancer. Other important risk factors include genetics, environmental exposures, and lifestyle habits like smoking and lack of exercise. It's also important that we approach this topic very carefully. Many foods mentioned have limited evidence linking them to increased cancer risk. Still, the associations are often based on animal studies, small observational studies, or studies of people consuming extremely large amounts. The reality is that for most foods, the evidence is not strong enough to definitively call them cancer-causing. While limiting these foods is good, most are fine in moderation as part of an overall healthy eating pattern. The best evidence-based advice for lowering cancer risk is to maintain a healthy weight, stay physically active, eat plenty of fruits, vegetables, choose whole grains, limit red meat, avoid processed meat, and don't smoke. This video is for informational purposes only and is not a substitute for medical advice. Please consult with your doctor for personalized guidance on diet and cancer prevention. Now, let's take a look at 18 foods that research suggests may increase the risk of certain types of cancer when consumed regularly. 1. Processed meats. The World Health Organization has classified processed meats like bacon, sausage, hot dogs, and deli meats as Group 1 carcinogens. This means there is strong evidence linking processed meat consumption to colorectal cancer. When these meats are preserved by smoking, curing, salting, or adding chemical preservatives, cancer-causing substances called N-nitroso compounds can form. Processed meats are also high in saturated fat and sodium. 2. Red meat. Red meat includes beef, pork, lamb, and goat. Eating large amounts of red meat, especially when cooked at high temperatures like grilling or pan frying, has been associated with an increased risk of colorectal, prostate, and pancreatic cancer. Red meat is also high in heme iron, which can damage the lining of the colon. 3. Moldy grains and nuts. When stored improperly, grains and nuts can develop mold that produces aflatoxins, which are known carcinogens. Aflatoxins have been linked to an increased risk of liver cancer, particularly in individuals with pre-existing liver conditions like hepatitis B. To reduce the risk of aflatoxin exposure, store grains and nuts in a cool, dry place and discard any that appear moldy or have a musty smell. 4. Charred meats. When meats are cooked over an open flame or at very high temperatures, carcinogenic compounds called heterocyclic amines, HCAs, and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, PAHs, can form. HCAs develop when amino acids and creatine react at high cooking temperatures. PAHs form when fat and juices from meat drip onto the fire, causing flames that coat the food with PAHs. Both HCAs and PAHs can damage DNA in ways that may increase cancer risk. 5. Very hot beverages. The International Agency for Research on Cancer has classified drinking very hot beverages above 149 degrees Fahrenheit as a probable carcinogen. Consuming very hot drinks can damage the cells lining the esophagus, which may lead to esophageal cancer over time. Let hot beverages cool a bit before sipping. 6. Alcohol. Alcohol use is a major risk factor for several types of cancer, including mouth, throat, voice box, esophagus, liver, colon and rectum, and breast cancers. Even light drinking, less than 1 drink per day, has been linked to a small increase in breast cancer risk. Alcohol can act as an irritant, damage DNA, and increase hormone levels in ways that promote cancer development. The risk rises the more alcohol a person drinks. 7. Foods high in added sugar. Eating large amounts of foods and drinks high in added sugar can contribute to overweight and obesity, which are risk factors for 13 types of cancer, including colorectal, postmenopausal breast, uterine, esophageal, pancreatic, and kidney cancers. Added sugars provide calories but few nutrients. Over time, excess calorie intake can lead to weight gain and increased body fat, which may increase inflammation and affect hormone levels in ways that raise cancer risk. 8. Ultra-processed foods. Ultra-processed foods like soft drinks, Chips, cookies, sweetened breakfast cereals, packaged soups, and snacks are typically high in calories, added sugar, unhealthy fats, and sodium but low in fiber, vitamins, and minerals. Regularly eating these foods is associated with weight gain and obesity. Ultra-processed foods often contain potentially carcinogenic additives and contaminants introduced during processing and packaging. 9. Canned foods. Some canned foods may contain bisphenol A, BPA, a chemical used in the lining of metal food cans. BPA has been linked to various health issues, including certain types of cancer, such as breast and prostate cancer. The acidity of canned tomatoes in particular can cause more BPA to leach into the food. 10. Pickled foods. Some studies suggest eating large amounts of certain pickled foods may increase the risk of stomach and colorectal cancers, especially in areas of Asia where pickled foods are a major part of the diet. The pickling process can result in the formation of N-nitroso compounds, which are potential carcinogens. Pickled foods are also high in sodium. 11. Burnt toast and other starchy foods. A chemical called acrylamide can form when starchy foods like bread and potatoes are cooked until dark brown or burnt. In animal studies, exposure to high amounts of acrylamide increased the risk of several types of cancer. The occasional burnt toast is nothing to worry about, but generally, it's best to avoid burnt or overly browned starchy foods. 12. Microwave popcorn. Microwave popcorn can be a source of perfluorooctanoic acid, PFOA, a chemical used to line the bags to prevent sticking. PFOA has been linked to testicular, kidney, and liver cancers in animal studies. It's unclear if the levels of PFOA exposure from moderate popcorn consumption increase cancer risk in humans. If you do eat microwave popcorn, look for PFOA-free brands. 13. Non-organic dairy products. Conventionally raised cows may be treated with synthetic growth hormones like recombinant bovine growth hormone, RBGH, to increase milk production. Some studies suggest that consuming dairy products from these cows may increase the risk of breast, prostate, and colorectal cancers, as the hormones can promote cell growth and inflammation. Choosing organic dairy products or those labeled RBGH-free can help minimize potential risks. 14. Farmed salmon. Some studies have found elevated levels of cancer-causing polychlorinated biphenyls, PCBs, and other contaminants in farmed salmon compared to wild-caught salmon. PCBs are believed to increase the risk of liver and other cancers. However, the benefits of eating fish for heart health may outweigh potential cancer risks. Consider varying the types of fish you eat. 15. Hydrogenated vegetable oils. Hydrogenated vegetable oils contain trans fats, which have been linked to an increased risk of breast, colon, and potentially other cancers. Trans fats raise LDL bad cholesterol, lower HDL good cholesterol, and increase inflammation in the body. Avoid foods with partially hydrogenated oils in the ingredients list. 16. White flour. White flour is a refined grain, meaning the bran and germ have been removed. This strips away fiber, vitamins, minerals, and phytochemicals that may help protect against colorectal cancer. Diets high in refined grains have been linked to slightly increased colorectal cancer risk. Choose whole grain bread, cereals, and pasta instead. 17. Artificial sweeteners. While research is mixed, some studies suggest a potential link between heavy consumption of artificial sweeteners and certain blood cancers, such as multiple myeloma and non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. More research is needed, but using artificial sweeteners in moderation may be wise. 18. Conventionally grown produce. Non-organic fruits and vegetables may contain pesticide residues, some of which have been associated with an increased risk of certain cancers, such as non-Hodgkin lymphoma and breast cancer. Choosing organic produce or thoroughly washing conventionally grown fruits and vegetables can help reduce exposure to these potential carcinogens. In summary, limiting or avoiding these 18 foods and beverages is a smart step to reduce cancer risk. But remember, maintaining a healthy, balanced eating pattern is key. No single food causes or prevents cancer. Aim to eat various vegetables, fruits, whole grains, legumes, nuts, seeds, lean proteins, and healthy plant oils. Stay physically active, don't smoke, limit alcohol, and see your doctor for recommended cancer screenings. These healthy lifestyle choices can go a long way toward cancer prevention. Thank you for watching. See you soon in the next video.